This box is compact enough to live anywhere, on a shelf, in a drawer, or tossed into a game bag. Hey everyone, this is Thecos. Today I will give you my review of railway chips. This is not a game, these are actually tokens in order to count up your points and currency in games. I will structure this video today by just showing you how this works, and after that I will give you my review. As usual, timestamps are in the description. First of all, before we continue, a huge thanks to Playte for providing me with a review copy. Alright, without much further ado, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's do this. Alright, there we go. Alright, so what is the railway chips? Well, actually, you probably know that when you count points in games, sometimes there are notepads, sometimes there are actually the point tokens, but sometimes there's nothing. And for that, there is a solution. There has been a solution for years, and that is extra metal coins, for example, you can add to games so that you can just have in a separate stash in your shelf and then take them out when you need them. There are also really nice large poker chips. All of these have the issue that they usually take up a lot of space, right? And they're quite heavy. Playte has kind of solved that issue by releasing the railway chips. And when you open the box, it looks like this. Disregard these numbers here. I still have no idea what you use these for. So if you know what these are used for, let me know. But also at Playte in Essen, nobody knew. You can watch my unboxing video and jump to the railway chips unboxing to learn more about that. All right, so and this is what greets you when you open the box, right? You have these two trays here that you can take out. Down here is nothing. I will get to that in just a moment. So we put that aside here, and then we have these two trays. You can open them up. They can be a little bit hard to open up sometimes, but they're definitely, it's definitely possible, like this here, and also that one here, right? So, and what you can now do in games is that whenever you need points, then you can take these really small, poker chips. These actually look small, and they are small, of course, but they feel really good. They really feel like regular poker chips. They are lighter, but that's also because they're much smaller, right? But this is really cool. Look at how many of these coins you have in such a small package, right? It means you can just start distributing points, 6 points for you and 25 points for me, right? And these denominations go 1, 2, 5. Then we have here 10, 25. We have 50 right here, the orange ones. These are 100, I think. The black ones, these are 500. And I think the black ones are 100. Let me just see. Yeah. See, right? Denominations. So you do have quite a range here of denominations, right? And the good thing is this really portable. On screen, I will just show you how we, for example, did that for the game Chlor when we were at Spiel on the first night. We actually counted points, although there are point tokens included in that game. We just used the railway chips to kind of test that, and you can see on screen that it worked very well, right? We were able to distribute the points and count them with these chips. But that's actually not the only use case, right? Because there were point tokens in there. But for example, let's just say that we took the game Express Cross. I just released a review on that on my channel. And at the end, one of the sheets would have this point, these points here, right? And we now want to count these points. So we will now count the runs. That is one run of 7. That means 70 points, right? So we would just go in here, and I would just give myself 70 points like that, right? The next player is saying, yeah, I will get I have a 1 run here, and I get I don't know, 25 points, right? So we just give him the 25 points here, right? And then we could continue counting here. Here I would have a run of 9, which is 40 points, right? So we'll just take maybe a 50, put a 10 back, just like that. And then we have a run of 2 here, which is just 3 points, no problem. We also have smaller values here, so that's 3 points. And then we have another run of 3 here, which is another 10 points. All right, so let's take another 10 pointer here, like this. And then we can also say, okay, you know what? Let's make this, let's have a bit of overview here. And I will remove the 250s in order to get a 100 one. All right, that's it. So these are now my points, right? And then I can say, okay, I got 123 points. Yeah, sure, you can write all of that down, but it's much more cooler to do that physically, right? I guess you could also play poker with that. I mean, of course, you do want to have nice, large poker chips for that, right? But it would theoretically be possible to also use that here for poker chips, for playing poker, when you like some other place, right? You can just take this small box here, take a deck of cards, and that's it. You're ready to play poker, right? So that would be kind of cool as well. So yeah, this is like how the railway chips work. So now these are not very inexpensive. You pay like 20-30 bucks for like a package like this here, right? And you get like these 2 trays. These 2 trays are enough if you play like a 1 or 2 player account. You don't have to, or you have like games with not too many points. That is totally fine. What I actually did, I got myself a second copy of the game, just like this here, and then I removed the white insert here at the bottom, because actually the box is deeper, right? Here, as you can see, even though it's a little bit blurry. And what you can then do is you can just remove the white insert here, put like 2 of these trays in here, and put 2 more in here. This is definitely what Playte wanted you to do, right? To get like 2 of these. I mean, you are at like 40 to 60 bucks here then for that, right? But you would have a really compact package here. This is like really small and not like too heavy. It is, of course, it does weigh a little bit, right? But it's not too heavy, and it's like quite small. You can put this anywhere on your shelf, or in a drawer or whatever, right? And then whenever the time comes, you can just take out like quite a few trays in order to like play like count whatever you want to count. You can also use these during games, for example, right? You don't have to use them for like small games like this Roll and Write I just showed you, right? For Express Cross. You can also like Cascadia, for example. Cascadia also has a scoring sheet. But instead of like doing the scoring sheet, you can just take these here, right? You could also do it for Forest Shuffle for like a lot of games. I guess you could also just put them on the table if you like need currency during the game. For example, you would have that with Guild of the Merchant Explorers. You could just take them during the game as point tokens, right? I think these work very, very well for that. I haven't done so yet because I wanted to have them in like this configuration for the review, the configuration that they actually come in, right? But what I will do is I will like sort 2 of them like by denomination, so put all the red ones and yellow ones together and white ones, whatever, right? And do that again for these 2. So that means then they're like sorted better, and I can just like take out 2 trays if I need them, or if I like need more points or have more players, then I can take out all 4 trays. That's probably what I'm gonna do. So yeah, that was my quick showcase of the railway chips and how they work. But what do I think of them? Well, let me tell you. The quality is very nice. They generally feel like tiny poker chips, cleanly produced and great to fiddle with. Naturally, they don't have quite the same tactile feel as full-size like casino chips, right? Since they're much smaller and lighter. But for their size, they feel great. Portability and storage is where they shine. This box is compact enough to live anywhere, on a shelf, in a drawer, or tossed into a game bag. Because they're small and light, you can bring them along when a game's insert doesn't really allow for extras. Do you need them? Honestly, no. Most games have score pads, apps, scoring tokens, or other ways to tally points. And also you always have like a piece of paper and a pen lying around, right? I'm not usually an advocate for standalone bling just for counting. However, because these are so compact and easy to keep within reach, I actually find myself using them, and that convenience makes scoring quite a bit nicer. That is also why I got myself a second set, just to like combine everything in one box. Because the set I'm showing here is actually a combo of 2 boxes, as I showed you, right? The packaging is designed so you can merge 2 sets into one box. Great if you play at higher player counts or need more coins. It's a pretty clever idea. But that's also something to keep in mind. They're pricey. Expect roughly 20-30 bucks per box. And if they're not available locally, import costs can make that even more expensive. And if you want 2 boxes, just like I have them, you're doubling the cost. That said, compared to full-size poker chips, these win on portability a lot. All in all, railway chips are nicely made, space-saving, scoring accessory that elevates bookkeeping without bloating your shelf. You absolutely don't need them. But if you enjoy nice components and want a compact way to track points, they're a neat upgrade that feels great. Well, that concludes my showcase and review of railway chips. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and sticking to the very end of the video. As usual, my thanks goes out to all of you. A special shout out to my generous patrons. The biggest thanks go out to Thecos for supporting me at the highest tier. I truly appreciate that. You can also support me by watching, liking, and commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, supporting me on Patreon, and joining my Discord server to hang out with me and my amazing community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video or my Discord server. Take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers!